And we just heard from Victoria Murphy there, an ABC News Royal contributor. We want to bring her on live now for a bit more of the reaction here. Victoria, I know there's been no official comment from Buckingham Palace, but what is the reaction so far overseas to this trailer?
Well, as you say, Trevor, no official comment from Buckingham Palace. I think that they want to, like everyone, see the documentary and see what's in it before they react. I do think, though, that this could be potentially quite a pivotal moment for the Sussexes and the royal family. So far, the royal family have very much stuck to not responding, not giving their own interviews, saying very little in statements. But I do think we're looking here at several hours of programming, and depending on what's said, we could potentially see a change in tactic from the royal family. We could maybe see them speak out a little bit more if they feel the need to contradict the narrative. In the same vein, we're already seeing pushback from the media, which it looks like are going to be heavily criticised in the documentary, pushing back against some of those narratives that we've just heard, those images of mass media moments, making the point that some of them had nothing to do with the royals, and some of them were moments where the media was actually invited to be there.
It is interesting watching that play out, because clearly a theme of this entire docuseries is that they're under this intense and oppressive media scrutiny. And since these trailers have come out, they have been under a lot of media scrutiny, although I think some people would say it's deserved based on what we're seeing. What is your overall thought on their coverage?
Well, I also think as well some people would say it's very different to the media scrutiny that Diana received, and they evoke her memory in the documentary. They speak about the parallels there, but I think a lot of people would say, well, there are not really direct parallels because Diana was physically pursued by photographers on a daily basis, and that is not what the younger royals face. But clearly from their perspective, I think Harry very much feels, and this comes across very strongly in the documentary and trailer so far and in previous interviews that he's given, that it's triggering for him. When he hears cameras flashing, he gets taken right back to that moment, and his feelings about the intensity of the media scrutiny draw parallels. But other people would say, well, if he's hearing a camera that's been invited on an official engagement, then is it fair to draw those parallels? So I think we're going to see a lot of debate, a lot of controversy around this documentary, and as you say, it's going to be scrutinised very, very closely.
What would it take from this docuseries for it to enact some kind of permanent change or irreparable damage? I'm curious because we've already heard from Harry and Meghan in the Oprah interview where there was this big fallout, and I don't know, maybe you would know better than me, it didn't seem like there were radical changes as the result of it. Do you expect the same thing?
I think that's true, and I also think what's interesting is that public opinion doesn't seem to have shifted radically. So we get these huge outcries and there's lots of controversy, but if you look at polling, the working royals remain very popular, and their popularity hasn't really changed. And Harry and Meghan have been polling a lot lower since they stepped back from the royal family. So I think a big test here is really, can they shift the dial on public opinion with this? And I think what we need to hear from them in order to change those minds of people who are perhaps unsure what to think here is specific examples with evidence, not just views or opinions or feelings, but specific examples of things that they faced that might move the dial on how people see this. And I think that is what it's going to take in order to shift public opinion.
All right, Victoria Murphy, always good to talk to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.